What's up guys, Mickle here, and in this video we need to talk about a brand new interview that just dropped where the head of digital assets at BlackRock was directly talking about Ripple and XRP. Guys, in this video I want to show you what I took away from this because I have never been more confident after watching this that BlackRock will be dealing with XRP in the future. Guys, I also want to talk about at the end of the video the value proposition of Ripple and XRP in the payment stack ecosystem. Guys, this is something I think a lot of people overlook. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see that. It's so important to the success of both Ripple and XRP. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. Guys, thank you to everyone who takes the time to drop a like on the video and to subscribe to the channel. These two things really do mean so much. Also, if you ever need a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange Uphold down in the description of this video. With that said, though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So I want to start out this video and jump right into the head of digital assets at BlackRock directly talking about Ripple and XRP, because guys, at the end of the day, Ripple and XRP are really looking to transform the payment infrastructure of our financial system. BlackRock is one of the companies who owns more assets than anyone else out there. So it is so critical that we onboard these large institutions into this next generation financial system we're building. Guys, BlackRock is not going to build the next generation financial system. They are an asset congregator. They hold all the value, but they are going to use new rails to put their value on and transact with it. Guys, this is something that I think a lot of people miss. A lot of people think the big banks, the big institutions, the big central banks are going to be building the new rails, but I don't think that's how it's going to play out. The big institutions, the BlackRocks, the central banks, they are repositories of value. They hold all the value that will come into the next generation financial system, but they're not focused on building the rails. They are focused on building applications they're going to utilize, but not the new rails, not how the value is going to be transacted. That is going to be created by the tech companies, the people who are building the next generation infrastructure that's going to change the financial system at its core. And guys, I believe Ripple and XRP are going to be at the center of all of this. So I want to play you this interview and then talk about what exactly I took away from this, because I think there's some very interesting takeaways. Guys, Robbie Mitchnick is the person talking here. He's the head of digital assets at BlackRock. He actually used to work at Ripple. He talks about that in this clip. And guys, after listening to this, I have never been more confident that he is at BlackRock right now talking all about Ripple and XRP. Listen up to this.
When did you first spot the opportunity and go, okay, we got Bitcoin and we got BlackRock. How do I bring those two things together?
Well, I joined actually in the summer of 2018. So coming up on 6 years now. And I had been at business school. I totally fluked into this internship at a company I hadn't heard of and nobody had heard of at the time called Ripple. And that was 2017. And, I interviewed for that internship in April of 17. XRP was at 2 cents, their crypto token. When I started 8 weeks later in June, it was at 28 cents. And 3 months after I left in January to go back to finish my MBA, it was at $3. And so that explosive journey, obviously incredible, fortuitous, fun timing. And I knew at that point I had to do something in this space. The opportunity was just too great and too exciting. And it was apparent to me that BlackRock had a lot of potential to be a transformative force in this space. And so August 2018, I started as full-time employee #1 in the digital assets realm. And it's been a fun couple of years.
Capital One question. What's in your crypto wallet?
Oh, boy. There's obviously some Bitcoin there.
Is it IBIT or Bitcoin?
It's both.
Okay.
It's both. Yeah. There's some ETH there. And what's in beyond that, I'm not going to say. Okay. I'm not trying to create any market moving events here.
Probably for the best not to answer the rest of that question. By the way, the XRP people are the craziest. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
No comment.
When they put that forged XRP thing out and I called you guys and they said, this is not true. I said, it's not true. The price went down to normal again. And for a week, they just dragged me. They were like, this suit doesn't know anything.
It was longer than a week.
Yeah,
they refused to accept that it was fake.
I mean, there are some pretty intense elements to a lot of these token fan bases. It's not just XRP.
So guys, I think there's a couple things we need to take away from this. First of all, Robbie Mitchnick never actually says the BlackRock XRP ETF was fake. He just sits there and kind of laughs when they're talking and never actually answers the question. The other thing is the hosts of the interview try to get Robbie Mitchnick to actually say the XRP community is the craziest community out there. And he pretty much says every community has its crazy people. He refuses to actually go after the XRP community. Now, I think this is so funny because Robbie Mitchnick clearly holds XRP after listening to that interview. He talks about how from 2016 to 2018, it was a very fortuitous time for him when he was working at Ripple, interacting with XRP, and talks about XRP going up. So Robbie Mitchnick is in this interview. He's clearly indicating that he did hold XRP in the past. For me, it seems fairly obvious that he still holds that XRP. And the host of the interview is trying to get him to essentially agree that people in the XRP community are crazy. But here he is, the head of digital assets at BlackRock. He's holding XRP. He likely knows a lot of other institutional investors working with Ripple from his time there, and is probably sitting there thinking, yeah, look, there's crazy people in every community, but to say the entire community is crazier than any other community is just dumb. Now, I've actually seen plenty of studies where they actually rank the intelligence of people in each community, and the XRP community is always one of the smartest communities out there. It's not even close. All these other crypto communities are running around buying JPEGs, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on them, essentially rug pulling each other on meme tokens, and the guys want to go after the one community who's focusing on real world utility for cryptocurrencies. So I thought that whole thing was a little ridiculous. I thought it was kind of funny that they tried to get Robbie to take the bait, and he was kind of like, no, not really. Actually, I worked at this company, had a fantastic time, made a ton of money holding XRP. And guys, my takeaway from this is that he's going to continue to work with Ripple at BlackRock. Everything I heard in that interview makes me think that he's going to continue that relationship. He talks very positively of his time at Ripple. He knows Ripple's one of the few companies solving real issues. And he directly said after working at Ripple, he knew BlackRock had to make a massive splash in this industry. Why did he think that? Well, he likely knew that Ripple's working to tokenize a lot of value and transform the financial system from its core. And he likely knew that BlackRock, an asset congregator, could really utilize some of these next generation rails to really build out the future of what the next financial system is going to look like. Guys, to me, that is direct proof that Robbie Mitchnick, at the head of digital assets at BlackRock, is going to be pro Ripple, pro XRP, and I think there is going to be big things about that in the future. Guys, I believe Robbie is still holding XRP. That's what I took away from that interview. And to think he's just only going to be dealing with Bitcoin or only dealing with Ethereum, guys, that is not at all what it sounded like to me. And he purposely went against the host of the interview to make that clear. To me, all the more bullish. We will see a BlackRock XRP ETF. We will see BlackRock working with Ripple, and we will see BlackRock utilizing the XRP ledger to move money all around the world. I want to keep moving though and talk about something that I believe is really exciting, because I think this is something that not a lot of people truly understand for where Ripple sits in the payment stack. Guys, to me, this is one of the most exciting things about Ripple and XRP. It's often overlooked. Not a lot of people focus on it. Some people think Ripple's just a new age Venmo. Some people think that Ripple's a new age Swift. But what you're going to understand in this video is Ripple and XRP are something completely different, truly special, and can really be the settlement layer for everything. It's a whole new layer of the financial system. Prior to Ripple and XRP, prior to crypto, the base layer was really Swift. It was central banks moving money from one central bank to another. But what you're going to see in this interview is they are actually creating a brand new layer underneath all of that, and there is almost no competition there. Ripple and XRP are the new plumbing, brand new rails that are going to interconnect everything. Watch this video, because this is one of the most important things you can take away from building a thesis around Ripple and XRP and how they can be so dominant in this new system.
So at the very top of the payment stack, we have application layers like PayPal, Stripe, Square, applications, technologies that interface with consumers and businesses looking to execute a transaction. Below that, we have banks, the institutions that custody the assets themselves. Moving below that, we start to look at the core interbank infrastructure, rule sets around business continuity, safety and soundness, regulatory compliance. Below that, we have messaging standards, so we can think about SWIFT codes, ACH payment messages, Visa messages. And finally, below that, we have a settlement infrastructure, which is operated primarily by the central banks domestically and correspondent banks internationally. So where Ripple fits today in the existing payment stack is at the bottom.
So guys, the thing that's so exciting about being at the bottom is Ripple's not competition with almost anyone out there. Ripple is building on a brand new layer of the financial system that's really dominated by players who don't build technology. Central banks. Central banks adopt technology, right? They just hold assets. They have essentially a regulatory monopoly on holding assets in a holding value. But they're not out there building protocols. They're not out there building settlement systems. They adopt the settlement systems of players like Ripple. And I think that's why you've seen Ripple working with these central banks since day one. These central banks knew, hey, we're not going to build this stuff. This is way too complex. We're just going to adopt the private solutions that are being built right now. And when you look at that payment stack, you start to fully understand that Ripple is the base of all of it. XRP can really be this international settlement token that moves all the value, whether it's in one form or another. Where they sit is at a layer that really sucks in all the value of all the layers above it and becomes the base layer for all the money. Guys, for me, this is what's so exciting about Ripple and XRP. They are innovating in a place in the financial system that's never been innovated before, and they are not competition for all these different retail players sending small amounts of value from one party to another. They are working on the plumbing. They are working on a brand new layer to really transform the most important value flow in the entire world. They are adding real-time settlement to a place in our financial system that needs it and has lacked it throughout its entire history. Guys, I believe that because Ripple has made strides already with the largest institutions, has made huge strides on the regulatory front in allowing this adoption to happen, they are right around the corner in becoming the most dominant player at layer 0 of the financial system, moving all the money. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.